Hello guys, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Daily Teachings. All right guys, great start of this week. Before we start, quick disclaimer, anything we discuss on this video is just for educational purpose and educational purpose only. Nothing is financial advice. All right guys, we had good start of the week. Nice follow through from the last week's Powell rate cut speech. Nice follow through, of course, although we had some end of the day, mid of the day pullbacks, but Ripster Cloud had as always, gave us really nice risk management. We had a bunch of big winners in the morning. We had one long loser day to set up, but overall it was an amazing day. So today we're going to learn about 10 a.m. repeatable concept, 10 a.m. concept. If you never traded 10 a.m. concept, make sure you sit around and listen, see how we nail Netflix, NVDA, Tesla, and many other long setups in the community. We'll also look at some daily breakout setups, some nice chart setups, and we'll go through all our repeatable strategies and all the concepts that I teach you day in, day out. Just before we start, let's do a quick introduction. To anybody who's new to our X accounts, new to our YouTube, new to our community. So we trade a repeatable system called Ripster EMA Cloud System, which thousands of traders use to trade across the world. They use it to trade Ripster EMA Cloud System. This system is not just indicators. This system consists of all the concepts that I teach, consists of Ripster Clouds, consists of the setups I teach. System is how you trade, setup is what you trade. In our community, TED group, everybody, we all trade based upon their system. Our community is one of the largest trading communities online, one of the largest trading floors, and one of the largest educational based community where everybody sticks with the system, and we trade the setups, buy, sell, short, long, options, whatever we do with the system, be it a day trade, swing trade, or an investment. So how do you find these setups? We find these setups every morning. Me and my team, we make a pre-market game plan. I make this pre-market game plan live half an hour before the market open. We create an initial plan how we're going to trade it. So we create an initial plan how we're going to trade different setups. So we take a look at those. For example, we have news plays, we have earning plays, we have index stock plays, we have upgrade, downgrade plays. We have all these repeatable setups, and we make an initial plan. I will go through it, through the plan. I'll show you what we plan. Exactly, we trade according to that. So we also trade something called day 2, day 3 strategy. This is one of our other repeatable strategy that we trade consistently. Zoom, which was not really a nice trade in the morning, we'll talk about it, but Circle, Core Weave, there was a bunch of other day 2 setups as well, which we will discuss on today. In addition to that, we also provide the levels for the crypto stocks, coin, MSTR, all those crypto stocks we trade whenever Bitcoin is moving. We also trade futures. We provide the levels for the futures, and you can trade the futures with the repeatable system, Ripster EMA Cloud System as well. We also trade indexes, ETFs, all the Mag 7s every day. So we make a plan for these every day in the pre-market so we can trade them with the Ripster EMA Cloud System. You can learn what I teach. I have been teaching this for many years. And you don't really need to join the community, it's up to you, but I teach these concepts so you guys can repeat it. I show you my time spent, guidance, how we're doing it every day, how we're finding success every day, making consistent traders every day, so that you can also follow these setups rather than trading on gut feeling or just trading blindly. We do have a lot of scanners in our community, a lot of tools in our community. We have 3 option scanners. We have one stock scanner. We have a bunch of breaking news services. We have audio breaking news alerts. We have alt, hold, unhold alerts. We have order flow screener. We have a lot of screen shares that you can use in community. For example, so we saw a SoFi flow right at the open, and it ran nicely in the morning. And I'm usually on voice first few hours of the market open, guiding the traders through the market, analyzing the market. Are we bullish or bearish, or we are going to chop? What trades we should be taking, where's the long, where's short. So I will show you my timestamp guidance, how we navigated the day to have a successful trade. We also strive to make sure all our community members are green, of course. there's a lot of that goes behind it, discipline, there's position sizing, but we do consistently do well as long as we're following our rules. Anyways, that being said, let's start with the recaps, and I will show you all the trades we did today and the timestamp guidance. Let's start. All right, so we're gonna start with SPY QQQ, right? Pretty easy today. I mean, there was not like pretty easy setups on QQQ, was much better setup. The plan was pretty simple today. So let's look at the plan, how we navigated SPY QQQ. Today was a V-shaped day. You could actually trade both sides with Ripster EMA Cloud System with the volatility. But you see SPY had a lot of wicks in the morning. This was a choppy action because finance sector was weak. I often cover the sector analysis that you have to do. But QQQ was much better. It was gapping down and we filled the gap. So there was a long trade here, but not in the morning. Why not in the morning? You don't have to trade every day. That's the problem. Traders think they have to make money every day. They have to trade every day, especially SPY QQQ traders, futures traders. They think you got to trade each and every day, right? So the plan on the SPY QQQ today was pretty simple. Let's take a look here. So the plan on SPY was profit taking in the pre-market, use fix 15 to trade. If 15 breaks, call the market long 512 into 10 a.m. right? If 15 holds, watch for the max 7 and semis, we will short. But there was no call into 10 a.m. today. But there was also not a short into 10 a.m. So what did I say? So I saw the initial candle was rejecting. I said wait, we wait. Then VIX broke 15. VIX broke 15. SPY did not push, but it held bullish. But QQQ confirmed the calls. So QQQ confirmed the calls. So I told the traders that QQQ is gonna fill the gap. I personally was not interested because it was an inside day. If you go to the daily chart, you will see that what the inside day is about. You see, this is why this action. So I usually say inside day, stay away. Although you could make money, but I was more interested in the Magnificent Seven or the stocks which would run because QQQ is making this bullish move right from here. So this was, guys, look at the time. This was at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. This was a 10 a.m. calls, right? You can go to ripstereducation.com. You can learn about 10 a.m. Now I'm going to show you a lot of trades that we took long at 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. Even though QQQ confirmed longs earlier, but you could trade it into 10 a.m. But the real move on most of the names came at 10 a.m. But anyways, this was a long here on QQQ into the gap. For a couple of dollars, nothing crazy. Inside day, you didn't really need to do crazy. So that's what I told everybody at 9:40. It's a confirmed call. Then we did the 10 a.m. calls, which we talk about later. But then QQQ broke 512. That's where you exit. Now, if you short, you could short it all the way back as well. You can buy the puts and make the money on the back way as well. Same for Nasdaq futures. You can see when I said in the pre-market plan, it's all about VIX 15. As long as VIX was dumping, QQQ SPY was going up. Once VIX curled up over Ripster EMA Clouds, that was your time to short QQQ or exit QQQs, and SPY actually hit the MTF as well. So pretty simple, nothing crazy. You can watch the full playlist of SPY QQQ, watch the webinar on how to trade SPY QQQ for living. But overall, there's nothing too much to do on the market because morning SPY was choppy. You see these candles, it was choppy. QQQ was a good trade because NVDA was strong, and we were going to talk about it. And Netflix was strong, and even Google was good. A lot of names were good, although middle of the day, a lot of names stopped out and made a V-shape, pull down. All right, so next one we're going to look at Netflix. So let's see what was our plan on Netflix. So when QQQ is curling, that was pretty good. Netflix was a double MTF long here. MTF. 50-55 MTF, 1 hour MTF. And no hindsight, we had a plan for it in the pre-market. Let's take a look. The plan on Netflix, triple inside day, sitting at daily 55 MTF, trade versus that, neutral bias. So what was the triple inside day? This was a triple inside day. One candle, inside candle, inside candle, inside candle. All the candles were inside, and there was also a downtrend line you could draw. and that was a technical push and technical breakout. So how did we trade that? So you saw that we had a pre-market plan. So as soon as I saw the strength, I told the trader it triggered long. My traders are already long. They don't wait on me. So it's already long on the 512 calls as soon as it pushes over the 50-55 MTF. Initially, also 1200 psychological level. If you want to get right in, you put the stops at 1200. If you're getting over the clouds, then your stops at 1206 or 1207. And when I gave that long, my target was 1225. We hit 1225 as well into 10 a.m. Over 1225, we hit 123% ATR. That's when I told the traders to take some off on Netflix. And so that was a Netflix daily break. MTF break, repeatable setup. We will repeat it for rest of our life. Whenever we see a inside breakout, when we see MTF, 2 MTFs breakout, we will take it long. So even if you had 100 shares, even let's say your small account, you have 50 shares, 100 shares, whatever, right? You could still make, really couple $1,000s on Netflix, risking $500. You could make that nice risk reward. 5 risk, 7 risk, you make $20. That's how you trade it. So let's go to the next one. So NVIDIA was the strongest name today. Let's see what was our planning on NVIDIA. Let's take a look. Pre-market plan was pretty straightforward on NVIDIA. Cautious of chop, bearish bias as long as under 178. Only long if the semi strong. So our bearish bias was under 178. But do you see that? 10 a.m. 10 a.m. it pushed over the 512 clouds. 10 a.m. Call long versus 178, 10 a.m. So that was our 10 a.m. long, and from that 10 a.m. long, it pushed and broke out of a Friday highs. If something is breaking out of the previous day highs, you hold it, and that ran from that 178 level all the way to 180, 160 level. Qs were strong. NVIDIA was the strongest. A lot of flow. So use all that. Get long here. Put your stops at 178, $60, $70 stop, making $2, $3. That's good risk reward. That was our NVIDIA trade. All right, so today Tesla was our another breakout winning trade. So let's take a look here. So Tesla also, our trade was 10 a.m. 10 a.m. right? It used the Ripster clouds, used the 10 a.m. You won't get it every time, but remember, I told the traders we are not going to be like too long until we see a trend. So choppy. We see the 10 a.m. call. The risk is 338. 10 a.m. long calls versus 338. The breakout I gave was 342. So the repeatable setup here is a 10 a.m. call, but also it's a day 2 setup, bullish day 2 setup. That's why I gave the breakout. No, it's no hindsight. I gave the breakout at 10 a.m. and I gave the targets. As soon as we broke out, I told the traders to add into your Tesla position. I gave the target of 345. We met our 345 target. The second target I gave was 350. We even met that 350 target. It tried to break down under the 512 clouds, curled, which is a bullish setup, and it hit 350. Right? So that was the trade right at 340. You're risking $2. You're making almost $10, right? So if you look at the options, if you're trading, also you can trade leverage ETFs, TSLA, or you can trade options, whatever you are trading. But because of this 10 a.m. setup, we're already as soon as you see that, even the options started to move right at that 10 a.m. level. Let's take a look here at this week's 345s. You can see they ran from $5 to $10, almost 100%. Stress-free trade. You take a long here, and as I tell that my community, where to long, I gave the stops, then we moved the stops up. So all day long, 10 a.m. calls. That's how you do it. Beautiful trade. So there were many 10 a.m. calls today. So if I keep talking about that, it's going to be some time. But let's talk about PLTR, because we were trying to short PLTR, and we shorted it as well. So PLTR right out of the gate is short. You short it. You do not add at the lows. You short it right here. You short it right here when it was breaking 152. Your stop is $2. You short it. As soon as it comes, you stop out. So we were short on the MTF. If 150 breaks, we get lower. I gave the stops at 152. We broke 150. We pushed to 149. Then at 10 a.m. bounced and we stopped out. Then we went long. Look here. Long 512 curls at the 10 a.m. bounce. 512 curls, 10 a.m. bounce. We add at 144.50. Look at the timestamp. The stops are at 153.50, and it ran all the way to my 158 target I gave. Not bad. Nice $5 trade there. Winning trade. You just have to use risk. You always lose the same amount. If I'm losing 500 here, I'm trying to lose 500 on Tesla. And then if I'm losing 500 here, I made 2,000 here. If I'm losing 500 here, then I made a 3,000 here. That's what I want to do. I don't want to be losing 2,000 here and making 1,000 on Tesla. That's not how it works. You risk one, your reward should be 2-3 times what you risk. Even in the options, you need to know your deltas. You need to stay close to the money so that you can trade those. If you trade lottos, then you can you have to trade use my concept of assumed risk of 100%. PTIR, you could trade the leverage ETFs as well on this 10 a.m. bounce on PLTR. Beautiful winner for us in the community. So there was a nice trade for us today on AEHR. So these are the chart setups. These were daily chart setups. When I saw the AEHR that it has a news, I was actually it was not on my watch list, but the traders in the community told me, hey Rip, you need to add this into your game plan. I saw that it's breaking the daily, and we had a nice plan in the pre-market on AEHR. Expands AI processor production daily breakout. Look, I even mentioned the daily breakout. No hindsight from me. I even mentioned the daily breakout 21. Trade versus 20, long if 20 holds, breakout on daily pre-market highs, and you can look at it, ran all the way from the 21 all the way to 25. You literally had to read my game plan, and you can do that too. It's no magic. If I'm making that game plan, looks like I can see the future, but it's not. Many times our game plan will be on the opposite side. We either have to sit on hand or change our bias, but you see that the probability why it's working. Daily chart, good news, bullish setup, bullish stock, AEHR. You can see that I gave the long right at the open. I moved the stops break even. I gave 25 target. RGV was on top of it, guiding everybody on our trading floor, all the traders, guiding them. Then there was this flag. Amateurs cut, the pikers cut. Those who follow my teachings, they hold, so they can make huge winner. Even if you're late, even if you added 22, you risked $1, you made $3. You risked 1,000, you made $3,000. Flag breakout, hold all the way long. You exit here. Beautiful trade. Great guidance by RGV. You can see that he had an amazing entry at 21.50, 154. One of my top students, amazing trader. Love his guidance. So you can see that traders are changing their lives with these repeatable setups, and no hindsight, no BS. I show you everything real time. Let's go to the next one. All right, so let's look at the next one. So next one we're going to take a look at is Rocket Lab. So what was the plan on Rocket Lab? I was a little busy with other trades, but Rocket Lab was our beautiful guidance in the pre-market. My traders were all ready. So you can see the Rocket Lab boosting US investments to expand its semiconductor manufacturing. 44 stops, 45 resistance. Long overs, this was a typo, but my traders knew it's a typo. So long over 45, short under 44. That was the plan. As soon as it breaks that 45, again 10 a.m. longs. 10 a.m. is where the breakout came in. That's when the traders longed it in the community. Rocket Lab ran all day long towards that highs. Beautiful guidance by Robocash, by Dave, in the traders in the community, Justin, Aromos, Charukam. Beautiful trade by the traders on Rocket Lab. Ran all day. Not only Rocket Lab, you have to watch the sympathies as well. ASTS as well was a beautiful long on there as well. MTF breakouts, beautiful chart. Rocket Lab, Space Stock, beautiful winner for the community from the game plan. All right, so let's look at Zoom here. So Zoom was our day 2 repeatable strategy. The long this was a loser. This was the only big loser for us today. The support 82, resistance 82.51, 83 was a key level. Earnings day 2 setup. So it was amateur. You see that amateur loser. So the seller was on Zoom all day. So I told the traders to long it, but I also tell the traders that amateur longs are smaller sizes. Sometimes amateur trade will fail. You see that amateur trade failed big time right under that. Amateur trade failed and rejected Yes, if something stays under previous day's lows, it's simply no long. We failed, we took a dollar loss. It did try to give us another call. It failed again. But this time I told the traders, you can see that we were day two longs. I told the traders that short it and use your stops 80 to 20. And that short paid well, like a dollar 50. Long didn't work. Why didn't it work? Because the price couldn't stay over Friday's highs. There was a seller all day. Learn the amateur moves. Even the trend move failed. That was a loser long for us. So there are many other trades today. Open was a good trade. So open was a trade versus psychological level 5. Pre-market planning on open was trade versus 5 over previous day highs. Short under 460. That was the plan. So open, as you see, what did I say? Trade versus 5. You long it here, and it was a live guidance by a lot of traders in the community. And I said once you break out, you add more into the position. Let's say you add 1,000 shares, you're risking $200. Let's say you add 5,000 shares, right? So $200. If you add 5,000 shares, you're risking close to $2,000. By the time it hits 587, you made $4,000, right? So that's kind of risk reward you do. And as it broke out of the 512, you exit. That's the beauty of our system. Our system tells us when to exit. This is where we were out. So that was the open trade. Further from the 5 you go, more your risk. If you're trading the breakout, even then your risk. You can see I gave the 518 stops when there was a breakout. Then I gave the 530 stops. Our target was 6. We were short of our target. But Ripster Clouds helped us manage the trade pretty well. Overall, a profitable trade. Of course, if you are chasing at highs, it's against my teachings. Of course, if you're not stopping out, you're going to lose the profits against my teachings. There was just insane amount of setups today. There are so many strategies, and NEGG was our day 2 short. There's a reason I put this at day 2. NEGG day 2 short, number 2 setup. It was all day fader. I told the traders, and you can see that it hit the MTFs. It hit the MTFs. Nice to fade. MTF is always our target. What is it? 2021 EMA on the daily chart. Faded from 100 psychological level all the way to the MTF clouds. These are setups. These are simple concepts, guys. You need to learn. Beautiful setups. This is why I stress again and again. You short it. Why are you shorting? It's breaking under 100, and your risk is over 100. It's a day 2 setup. Had earnings day 1 Friday. Today's day 2. Why is your target MTF? That's usually what we get when we are closer to it. So you could easily make 16-17 per share dollar profit on that one NEGG day 2 setup. There was few other setups like a daily breakout I often talk about. IREN was a similar to AEHR, which was not officially on our game plan. I should have it, but I did set a price alert in the morning. And as you see that, why did I set this price alert? Because this was the daily breakout. So I set up those price alerts so I can know when there's a long setup somewhere. And you can see that when that breakout came, it never stopped. It ran all the way to 2338. So there are opportunities there. Of course, it's a good, fundamentally good stock. It's one of the, really number 1 on many institutes investors list. IBD number 1 stock. That's why it was on my list as well. That's how we find these opportunities to trade those setups. So looking at some more setups, there are definitely some other setups. Costco was a day 2 setup. Easy fade. Costco has been selling off for days and days and days. I had it on my day 2s as well. Circle was a nice short. You'd never ignore Circle. Ethereum is dumping, Bitcoin is dumping, so that's a short. Lily, I alerted the news today, was easy fade as well. I think I can show you that timestamped guidance as well. I traded 695 puts. I got a 50% there, nothing crazy. But yeah, that was a news alert here on Lily. Let's see here. Yeah, so yeah, those were my 695 puts here. All of us were trading on the trading floor. A lot of opportunities in the communities today. A FIG was our pre-market planning here, and FIG was a 1 hour MTF cloud short. You could short it and make a decent profit on there. Apart from that Zoom long, we just had amazing trades in the community today. Just a beautiful day. All right, hopefully you learned some today. Make sure you implement it. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.